This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. We're at day 6 of the Iowa State Fair. Hard to believe we're already on the downward stretch of this year's State Fair, but we're so glad we could join us for today's show. In today's episode of Ag Matters PM, I have coverage of this year's Bacon Buddies show right here at the Swine Barn, which is right behind me. That show took place on Saturday. It was a great event. I had the chance to talk with this year's judges, Mike and Kristen Clark. We also have a check of that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're talking with Jacob Burks of agmarket.net. First off, Jacob, what have we seen going on in the grain markets today?
Riley, there was just a ton of negativity here today. Started overnight. Well, first of all, it started yesterday when we saw crop ratings come out. Saw increase in corn and beans both. We know that the market's seen, or the crops have seen a much better moisture level here over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and that's really starting to weigh in the markets as far as anticipation for higher production. So with today's markets reflected some very negative trade. We broke some very supported levels coming from last month's support in the December corn chart at 481. We broke that level. We closed the settlement's going to be around 474, 475. But we actually traded down to the low 474 here at the end of the day. Bean is going to be the same type of story. We closed on the lows down around 1304 in November. Soybeans. That's also something that's broke some technical support levels that we saw. We saw an ascending bear flag, ascending bear pennant. Brian's talked about a little bit of that on your show and in our meetings, and that's something that's going to signal some continued selling just from a technical spot.
And then, Jacob, of course, we had that WASDE report at the end of last week. Didn't bring a lot of news with it, though, so they didn't really react too severely to it. So right now, are we just back to the weather market, or are we late enough in the crop season that we're not really looking at the weather too much either?
No, I think that's still weather. I think they're still talking about, you're looking at a lot of weather, especially in the beans. I mean, it's well said that, the beans are going to react to the August weather probably more so than anything. But corn and beans both. I mean, when you start getting good moisture levels, I think that you're going to be able to feel the crop in the corn. You're going to feel pods. The question mark is next week when we start talking about triple-digit heat. How does the market react from it? I mean, how does the crop react from it? But how does the market react when we see some of these temperatures? And is it is the heat is the crop already made? We'll have to see, but right now I know across most of the Midwest you're seeing some very good conditions. You saw a lot of good moisture come through, and you're getting back into those levels where you say, "Hey, maybe we can reach some of those. I don't know if we're looking at trend line yields, but maybe we can reach some of those areas where maybe we didn't thought we could, 2 or 3 weeks ago." But I do feel like the weather is still there. The report also it had some stuff in there that allows the market to fluctuate a little bit, but the biggest detriment to it was the fact that from a global standpoint, we're not that competitive, and we got people in the South America regions that are planning on producing a very significantly large crop this year and next year.
All right, and then Jacob, on the livestock side of things, have they mostly just been reacting to the grains right now, or do we have anything that's pushing that marketplace there?
No, I think at one point today, when the market wasn't just continuing to tank in the grains, it looked like one of these just full-on commodity risk-off type days. You had crude oil down $2. You had the stock market down. You had the dollar index was down, and a lot of this I think stimulated from some of this economic situation that we're hearing with Russia and China as well. China going to be lowering interest rates because their economy is just not picking up. They have indicators that we need China to continue to do things to stimulate their economy after COVID. And so I think at one point we saw that really weighed in these the live cattle, feeder cattle, even hogs. Hogs ended up closing $1.40 lower here. Live cattle was down. We've seen box beef continue to climb up a little bit, which is a positive thing for the packers. They've slowed kills down. Hopefully that box beef level can stay high enough while we start gathering some of these kills and back stimulating some of that movement of these cattle out of the feedlots.
All right, Jacob, lots of great information today on those market analysis. For those of our listeners who would like to get in touch and learn more from the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yeah, just give us a shout here. Look us up on the internet, agmarket.net. You can sign up there for a 30-day free trial of our Intel.
That again was Jacob Burks of agmarket.net. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers close. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. At the close, September corn is down 11 3/4 at 464 even. December new crop down 12 1/4 at 475 1/2. September soybeans down 29 3/4 at 1323 1/4. November new crop down 20 3/4 at 1305 1/4. September soybean meal down 11.50 at 403.80. Soybean oil up 85 cents at 65.90. Chicago wheat down 17 1/2 at 598 1/2. Minneapolis spring wheat down 19 even at 786 1/2. Kansas City hard red wheat down 13 even at 737 1/2. September oats up 2 1/2 at 429 1/2. On the Merc, August live cattle down 65 at 179.10. August feeders down 35 at 245.87. October lean hogs down 95 at 78.20. August pork cutout down 28 at 110.72. August class 3 milk up 6 cents at 17.33. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I talk with this year's Bacon Buddies Show judges Mike and Kristen Clark. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. This year's Bacon Buddies Show was another huge success in the 4th iteration of the Bacon Buddies Show at the Iowa State Fair. This year's judges were Mike and Kristen Clark. They've been involved with the show from the beginning. I had the chance to talk with them right after the show and get their impressions and just talk about how much this show means to them, the mentors, and of course the Special Olympics athletes. Yes, that was awesome. Hey Riley, I went ahead and started it. You're ready? Went ahead and started it? Okay. We are here just following the Bacon Buddies Show at the Iowa State Fairgrounds here in the Swine Building, talking with this year's judges, Mike and Kristen Clark. Great show this year, first off. Lots of great kids coming through the show and the Special Olympic athletes, of course. Some pretty big characters in this year's show. What are your guys' just first impressions of being able to judge this?
It's such an emotion-packed event for me. You know, I love to see the smiles on the kids' faces. There was one specific kid at the very end of the show that just gobsmacked me with the comment, you know, don't take the little things for granted. And I think that's what this show is all about. And just seeing the kids work together and make these friendships and bonds and memories that'll last a lifetime is so important and fun. It was fun to be a part of.
And Mike, you got some pretty big characters tonight too. How are you feeling afterwards?
We had great characters. It was neat though. We had great athletes. Some wanted to talk, some didn't want to talk. And the mentors, they understood that ahead of time. And they picked up the slack if their buddy didn't want to speak or be welcoming, wanted to be off by themselves or did you one of these. Those buddies, those mentors took right over, did a great job. They were great on the microphone. What a great tribute. Those kids just did an awesome job stepping up. It was neat.
Right, and of course, you know, at its core, yes, this is a swine show, but more importantly, this is just an opportunity for those athletes to get out there and try something that maybe they wouldn't have been able to try before. So, Kristen, maybe you can speak on not only are they taking new memories from showing these pigs, but they're, you know, leaving this building with new friends too.
They are, yeah. I have been involved with this show for a couple of years now, and it's crazy when you leave the barn. You'll actually see some of the buddies and the mentors together down on the grounds or on the main concourse, just exploring the fair, taking in the sights. And that to me is, you know, the culmination of what this show is about. Everyone's included, and we're all having fun together.
Now, Mike, a thing that was really big in this show is these mentors are taking extra time out of their schedule to come to this show and offer their pigs for the showing. But it's not just at the show. They've been working outside of the show with these kids and these athletes to make sure that this is fully prepared and a comfortable experience for them.
They sacrifice their time. You could tell they all show great leadership qualities. And when you as a young person can look a stranger in the eye, get on a microphone, talk and discuss, and be natural and comfortable, those are skills that they'll take for the rest of their lives too. If this thing doesn't get you in the fields, standing around this ring, boy, I tell you, this is one of the greatest things. This is one of the greatest programs on this fairgrounds, bar none at all.
And Mike, just a follow-up to that is with these kids, these mentors who are in here, having those microphone skills, those leadership skills to step up and do this, these are the ag industry leaders of the future. So seeing them step up for something like this, I mean, what a great sight to see.
For sure, and half the mentors, this was their first time doing this too. So not only do we have the Olympians out here on first time doing something new, we got them trying new things too. It's a testimony to a great set of kids on both sides of that, both sides of the aisle. That boy, they're here, they're fresh, they're looking for experience. That's a great thing.
And now for both of you, you mentioned, Kristen, that you've been involved for a couple of years. What got you guys involved with the Bacon Buddies show in particular?
A very long time ago, a friend of mine that works for the National Pork Board and a friend that worked for Iowa Pork Producers, we had a group chat and they sent a video of the Wisconsin State Fair in their Bacon Buddies show. And all of us in concert said, we have to bring this to Iowa. And, the Iowa Pork Producers made that happen. And it's just been a wonderful journey to see it all come to fruition, and a blessing for our family and our kids to watch it happen. And Iowa Pork, obviously, we say pigs, people, planet. It's all about the people here tonight. The pigs just bring us together, and that's the amazing thing.
And of course, we have the young lady who started the show here, Kylie, so instrumental in finding that idea, bringing it back to the state fair, and really getting that underway. Mike, just tell us a little bit about just how cool it is to see that initiative from, an Iowa 4-H and FFA member.
Well, those are great things. We also took that initiative at our county. Some folks at our county did the same. We've done the Bacon Buddies there for nearly 4 or 5 years. And to have your kids, to have my kids be involved as little kids come up, it touches them in the fields. They understand and they learn the skills that will just help all of us long term. There's just no substitute for that kind of thing. You can't get that anyplace else.
Right, a great show this year, a great time had by all, and both of you, Kristen and Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to judge this event, give those kids that opportunity, and like you said, they have memories that are going to last a lifetime here.
For sure, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate your support.
We're good. Thank you both. That again was Mike and Kristen Clark, this year's judges for the Bacon Buddies show at the Iowa State Fair. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, you wouldn't know it right now based on how kind of sunny and warm it is, but this morning was the ideal morning to be at the Iowa State Fair. Cool temperatures, mostly overcast skies, a little bit of a breeze, amazing conditions to be walking around the fair, trying out your new favorite foods, checking out the 4-H FFA buildings, the livestock displays, and just getting that full state fair experience. But to be honest, that full state fair experience does include the hot weather. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, we have some beautiful weather in store. Today we have sunny skies and cooler temps. It makes it a great day to visit the Iowa State Fair. Those highs ranging from the mid-70s to upper 70s. Tonight will be mostly clear with nice and cool temps. Those lows overnight ranging from the mid-50s to about 60. And tomorrow will be sunny and breezy once again. Those highs ranging from the low to upper 80s. And taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will be sunny skies with breezy conditions and a high around 87. Shenandoah sunny and 84. Des Moines sunny and breezy with a high around 85. Waterloo sunny and breezy, high of 86. Albia sunny and 81. And Clinton should see sunny skies as well with a high of 83. For more detailed forecasts in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find our video content as well as previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa State Fairgrounds here in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.